Head of States and Government, Your Excellencies, various heads of state and government, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to present to you, to this ninth summit, the draft declaration of the Nairobi Guvu Yabat Mocha for your consideration. The declaration is contained in document ACP/28/054/19 Rev 6. I wish to inform the summit that the outcome of deliberations at the 110th session of Council, as well as the joint meeting of Council and Ministers of Foreign Affairs, is the outcome which is before you. It has been thoroughly examined and considered by those two meetings. Considerations of proposals and recommendations have also been included. Mr. Chairman, with your agreement, I would just like to take the summit very briefly through the background as well as the structure of the declaration. The declaration is in two parts. Firstly, the preamble, which contains 20 paragraphs. And then the second part of the declaration is the operative part, and it contains a total of 78 paragraphs. Mr. President, under the operative part of the declaration, there are four main pillars which have been included. First, deal with the main central theme of your summit, that is multilateralism. The second pillar of the declaration then speaks to the sub-themes of the summit, which contribute to the main theme. And there are three of them. Firstly, good governance, peace, and security. The second sub-theme deals with the issue of concern to all of us, that is environmental sustainability and climate change. And Mr. President and Your Excellency, the third sub-theme deals with intra-ACP cooperation through social and economic development. Under these various themes, you will see paragraph which sets out to amplify and reinforce the arguments that we are making to contribute to the main theme of this summit. The third pillar then of the declaration, Your Excellency, deals with development finance. This is a critical issue in the context of ACP cooperation, not only at the national level through NIPs, but also regional indicative programs, as well as supporting our efforts in the context of intra-ACP cooperation. And then the final pillar of your declaration is on final provision. And there are three paragraphs, Mr. President, that deals with this matter. If you allow me, I will just take you through very briefly. I do not intend to go through every paragraph, but I want to dwell firstly on the preamble. And in line with the theme of the summit, which is a transform ACP committed to multilateralism, the four first paragraphs laid the foundation in the context of our cooperation through the mechanism of the United Nations, as well as guidance provided by previous summit of our ACP heads of state and government. Mr. President, Your Excellency, the values which also set our organization is reaffirmed in the context of paragraph C, our unique identity and strength, grounded in the value of unity and solidarity, and our rich common and diverse culture, historical and economic characteristic. I think we recognize the indispensable need for common approaches to all aspects of global governance and a rule-based international order. Your Excellency, paragraph T then brings all the issues that have been highlighted through the preamble paragraphs and speak to the need for our group to strengthen intra-ACP cooperation. And I think this is the foundation in the context of what it is that we need to do together to ensure that we achieve this central theme of multilateralism. And it points out too, highlighting the three sub-themes to draw together the linkages in terms of not only the sub-theme of the summit, but their contribution to the main theme of multilateralism. Mr. President, the operative paragraph starts with a general statement, and there are 6 paragraphs on the issue of multilateralism. And I think it's important that the statement must be made very clearly, which it does from this summit, to ground our affirmation of our commitment to multilateralism. And that is contained in paragraph 1, through the maintenance of a rules-based and fair global economic and social context. And secondly, we see multilateralism and the institution thereof as critical in solving potential conflicts among partners and competitors. Mr. President, we also highlight and recognize the valuable partnership and our association with the EU. We then move to the first sub-theme of the declaration, and this is contained on page 4 to page 5 of the declaration. And I'd just like to highlight 1 or 2 aspects of good governance, peace, and security. We welcome, firstly, the positive trend that have occurred in our ACP group with respect to the issue of democracy, governance, and political transformation. I think this is critical in the context of the nexus between peace, security, and sustainable development, Mr. President. We also touch on issues relating to the General Assembly and also the developments that have taken place with respect to some of the issues that the 8th Summit had asked us to move forward. And this relates to the ongoing Guyana-Venezuela controversy, the issue relating to the Guatemala territorial and insular claim on police, and finally, the issue of the Chagos archipelagos relating to Mauritius. Mr. President, I would then like to take you through the second sub-theme of the summit, and you will find the relevant paragraph on page 6 and 7. And I wish just to highlight three of the main issues that are contained under this particular heading. The first paragraph, which is paragraph 20, commits our group to the effective and full implementation of the UNCCD, as well as the UNFCCC. I think these are important in the context of the Paris Agreement, and even referring to the limit on temperature rise to 1.5% Celsius. And yesterday we've heard that this is a common concern through our group, and I think this is highlighted in the first paragraph under that sub-theme. The declaration also recognized the quest to achieve sustainable development in our member states, which have been severely compromised by environmental challenges arising from drought, floods, sea level rise, loss of biodiversity, land degradation, and desertification, and the issue relating to water scarcity and natural disaster. As such, the declaration commits to building alliances at the international level on environmental issues with a view to driving global action to contribute to the effective implementation of multilateral environmental agreement. Mr. President, I take you to the third sub-theme of the summit, which deals with the issue of intra-ACP cooperation. And under this heading, as I have mentioned, there are three sub-themes which deals with the issue of social development in education and health. There is also economic development as well as trade. The fourth pillar is on economic development, and I think we have located and anchored the various paragraphs of this pillar within the context of the Triple A conference that was held in Addis Ababa, and I think those reflect also the need for self-reliance and our negotiations with the EU with respect to the post-Cotonou Agreement. And then finally, Chair, I take you, there are three main paragraphs. These are procedural in nature, but there is also one relating to our Secretary General in terms of commendation, and that is contained in paragraph 77 of your declaration. Mr. President, Your Excellency, that is a brief rundown of the matters that are covered under your declaration for the 9th Summit of ACP Heads of State and Government. I thank you very much.